Let us see the next question. AFC Limited wishes to acquire BCD Limited. So AFC is acquiring company and BCD is target company. Shares issued by the two companies are AFC it is 10 lakhs and BCD it is 5 lakhs. Calculate increase in the total value of the BCD Limited, that is target company, resulting from the acquisition on the basis of the following conditions. Current expected growth rate of BCD Limited is 7%. Expected growth rate under the control of AFC Limited without any additional investment and without change in the risk of the operation is 8%. So there is a very good clarification made over here that there is no change in the risk of operation. It means that the growth, that is the cost of capital, is going to remain same. P0 is provided to us, current market price 100 rupees. P0 is given to us again for the, like, first of all acquiring company, then target company. Then the dividend information is provided to us for the target company. Then the second part of the question. On the basis of aforesaid conditions, calculate the gain or loss to shareholders of both the companies if AFC Limited were to offer one of its share for every share 4 shares of BCD Limited. Means exchange ratio is given to us 0.25. Calculate gain to the shareholders of both the companies if AFC Limited pays 22 rupees for each share of BCD Limited. It means that the consideration is in form of cash. Assuming that price earning ratio of AFC Limited does not change after the merger. EPS of AFC Limited is 8 and BCD Limited is 2.5. It is assumed that AFC Limited invests its cash to earn at the rate of 10%. So there are 3 questions provided to us. I want you to make calculation of answer of the first and second question. Then for third question, I need to give explanation to you. Dear students, over here, we will consider this 60 paise as D1 for the purpose of making calculation of answer. Dear students, we understand that over here, there is a change in the growth rate of the target company, because of which there is an increase in the total value of the BCD Limited, or we can say it is very similar to the gain of merger. That is what we are required to calculate in the first part of the question. So I request all of you to write down answer along with me. Answer for the first part of the question. In that, write down working note number 1, calculation of cost of equity. In bracket I am writing precisely this is for BCD Limited. It is D1 divided by P0 plus C. Using the existing information, dear students. What is D1? D1 is 0.60. What is P0? P0 is 20 rupees. And what is the current growth rate? Current growth rate is 7%. This is the way we are required to make the calculation. So 0.6 upon 20 plus 0.07. 0.6 divided by 20 is 0.03 plus 0.07, 0.10, or we can say it is 10%. This is the cost of equity of BCD Limited. Working note number 2. Calculation of revised P0 of BCD Limited. In that D1 upon K minus C. What is the value of the D1? It is 60 paise. Cost of equity has already been found by us. It is 10%. Less growth rate is provided to us as a revised one is 8%. Dear students, over here, we do not have to change the D1 value using the new growth rate. In a way that say over here it is considered that say the D1 is required to be kept same for the purpose of making calculation of revised P0. So 0.60 divided by 0.02, that comes to 30 rupees per share. Okay, this is the second working note. Next is the answer of the question. The question says that to calculate the increase in the value of BCD Ltd. So friends, it was 20, now it is 30. So there is an increase by rupees 10, and we understand that there are 5 lakh number of equity shares. So 10 rupees of the increase into 5 lakhs. So the answer of the question, increase in value of BCD Ltd resulting from acquisition. In that, write down like this: revised MPS of BCD minus current MPS of BCD, difference of both of them into number of shares of BCD. So we understand that the revised market price is 30, current market price is 20, into number of equity shares are 5 lakhs. So answer for the first part of the question is 50 lakhs. Second part of the question, on the basis of aforesaid conditions, means taking the above information in continuation, calculate gain or loss, that is in short NPV, to shareholders of both the companies if AFC were to offer one of its share for every 4 share of BCD Ltd. It means that in the second part of the question, we are required to make the calculation of the NPV to both the companies, and the consideration is provided in form of equity shares. So I request all of you to write down answer along with me. Answer for the second part of the question. Dear students, we understand since the consideration is in form of shares, so it is definitely necessary for us to make the calculation of the MPS of the merged firm, market value of the merged firm. That is what's the first working that we need to prepare. Working note number 1, calculation of MPS of the merged firm. It is market value of AFC plus revised market value of BCD divided by number of shares of AFC plus number of shares of BCD into exchange ratio. This is the way we are required to find answer. In that we understand it is 10 lakhs into 10 plus 5 lakhs into 30 divided by 10 lakhs plus 5 lakhs into 1 by 4. So it is 100, sorry, I'm sorry, it is 10 lakhs into 100. So 100 into 10, that is 1000 lakhs plus 150 lakhs. Okay, be careful. This is required to be taken as 30, not 20. Divided by number of equity shares of the merged firm. 5 lakhs into 1 by 4 is 1,25,000. So it is 11,25,000. 1000 plus 150, so 1150 divided by 11.25. So 102.22 rupees per share. This is the way we are required to find MPS of the merged firm. Now, net present value. To AFC Limited and to BCD Limited. In that case, MPS of the merged firm minus MPS of AFC into number of shares of AFC. I'm sorry. So it is 102.22 minus 100 into number of shares of AFC is 10 lakhs. That is 22 lakh 22,000. I'm taking it like this. 222. And for BCD Limited, we understand that it is MPS of the merged firm into shares issued minus market value of BCD Limited. This is the way we are required to find answer. MPS of the merged firm is 102.22 into shares issued are 1,25,000. Okay, 5 lakhs into 1 by 4. So this is what we understand is the market value attributable to the shareholders of the target company minus 5 lakh into 20. This is the way we are required to find answer. So it is 1,25,000 into 102 point, that comes to 1 crore 27 lakhs 77,778 minus 100 lakhs. So the excess consideration which is passed on to them is 27,77,778. This is the way, so we can compute the NPV to both of them, and once again logically you can understand that the total of both of them is equal to benefit of the merger or gain due to merger, that is an amount of 50 lakhs. This is the way we are required to make the computation of the NPV to shareholders of both the companies. Now the new point of the question. Okay, the earlier working we already had done it earlier. Calculate the gain. Dear students, we have to understand the term gain or loss like that. To shareholders of both the companies, that is to AFC as well as BCD. If AFC Limited pays rupees 22 for each share of BCD Limited. Dear students, it means that the consideration is paid in form of cash. So answer for the third part of the question. In that case, we are required to write answer like this. Write an answer along with me. Calculation of NPV to BCD Limited, which we already have understood earlier. It is cash consideration minus market value of BCD. What is cash consideration? It is 22 rupees per share into number of shares at 5 lakhs. So 110 lakhs minus market value of BCD Limited 20 into 5 lakhs. that comes to 100 lakhs. So this is what we understand is the NPV to BCD Limited, that is an amount of 10 lakhs. So till this point of time everything is very simple. Now the new point comes, because the question says very clearly that you are required to compute the NPV to shareholders of both the companies for cash consideration. So now how to compute the NPV to acquiring company for cash consideration is the new point that we are going to understand. So calculation of NPV to AFC Limited. Let us understand, let's say, how to make the calculation of answer. Let me explain to you. See, there are two things which are important over here. The first important thing that they have provided very clearly that the price earning ratio of AFC Limited does not change after the merger. This is the first important point. The second important point is that the opportunity cost of AFC Limited is provided to us as 10%. So now listen carefully, that's how we are supposed to calculate the answer. First of all, we'll prepare a small working note. Calculation of PE ratio of AFC Limited. Sir, why do we calculate the same? The answer for this is very simple, because the price earning ratio is going to remain same. It will be found as MPS upon EPS. What is market price per share? It is 100 rupees. What is earning per share? Earning per share is given to us as rupees 8. EPS of AFC Limited is 8 and its market price is given as 100. So I request you to use a calculator. 100 upon 8, that is 12.5 times. That is the way the price earning ratio of AFC Limited is calculated. Working note number 2. Calculation of gain slash loss, in bracket I am writing NPV to AFC. Now understand carefully how we are going to calculate the same. See, column number 1 is particulars, column number 2 is AFC, column number 3 is BCD, and the last column is AFC once again. AFC once again means a kind of merged entity. That is AFC after acquisition of BCD. Dear students, over here I am writing first of all earning per share. Listen carefully. EPS of AFC Limited pre-merger is 8. For BCD it is 2 rupee 50 paise. Number of equity shares. For AFC, number of equity shares are provided to us, an example, as 10 lakhs. This is provided as 5 lakhs. So as far as the earning is concerned, right now the earning is an amount of 80 lakhs of AFC Limited. That is 8 lakhs into 10. And for BCD it is 12 lakh 50,000. So the total of both of them is 92 lakh 50,000. This is what we understand is the earning of the merged entity. However, importantly, information is given that whatever the cash consideration which is paid by acquiring company for acquisition of the target company could have been invested at the rate of 10%. In a way that we have been provided with the opportunity cost of the investment, opportunity cost of the consideration that we have paid. V means AFC Limited. So over here less opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is 110 lakhs into 10%. that comes to 11 lakhs. From where we have got this 110 lakhs here. Okay. So we get the revised earning. As far as the revised earning is concerned, 92.5 lakh minus 11. That is 81 lakh 50,000. Okay. Number of equity shares. Dear students, we understand number of equity shares of AFC Limited post acquisition will remain same, 10 lakhs. Why? The reason behind that is very simple, because we have paid cash consideration to BCD Ltd. So we get EPS. It is 8 rupee 15 paise. The same is multiplied with the price earning ratio. We understand as far as the price earning ratio is concerned, it is going to remain same, 12.5 times. So I take over here 12.5. EPS into price earning ratio will give MPS. It is EPS into price earning ratio. That comes to 108.15 into 12.5. Yes, 101.875. Okay, less MPS of AFC Limited before merger. It was an amount of rupees 100. This. So post acquisition, we understand that there is like NPV per share or increase per share. It is 1.875. Number of shares of AFC Limited is 10 lakhs. So NPV of merger or we can say that it is the gain of merger. It is 18 lakh 75,000. So 1.875 into 10 lakhs. That is the way NPV or gain due to merger is supposed to be calculated. Now friends, before I proceed further, I would like to tell all of you that, see, these are the important things that say you need to understand from a revision point of view. See, it is not possible for me to do only the third part of the question, and that too only from AFC Limited point of view. I need to do the entire question. Wherein the first part of the question is calculation of the market value of the BCD. In that, so what is the increase in the value of the BCD? In short, in the first part of the question, gain due to merger. In second part of the question, calculate the NPV to acquiring company, NPV to the target company for cash for share consideration. Third question is also divided into two parts. NPV to the target company and NPV to the acquiring company. NPV to the target company for cash consideration is already covered. Basically over here, say very important point for you to understand is calculation of the NPV to AFC Limited for cash consideration. What I want to tell you is that, say, from examination point of view, you should be able to mark out all these points which are very important for the revision purpose. How many questions you are doing in revision is of course important. I don't say it is not important. It is not relevant. It is relevant. How many hours for which you study is also relevant. At the same time, the important thing is that, say, what you are revising. Understanding of the new points or revising the new points is very necessary. So just make sure that, say, all of you are clear with that portion. First working, calculation of the cost of equity, revise P0, increase in the market value. Second question, cost of merger or NPV to both the companies. Third question, cash consideration, NPV to the target company. Now the important point, NPV to the acquiring company, for which two information important. One is the price earning ratio is going to remain same. So using the price earning ratio, we are required to do valuation. And second is that the opportunity cost information is given. So first of all, the price earning ratio is calculated. Then gain or benefit to like AFC is calculated, in which earning of the merged entity is calculated, and total of both of them is going to remain same. Less opportunity cost, whatever the consideration which is paid, that could have been invested at the rate of 10%. So revised earning after considering the opportunity cost divided by number of equity shares will give EPS multiplied with the price earning ratio, which is going to remain same, and we can see that there is an increase in the price per share by 1.875 into number of shares of the acquiring company will give NPV to the acquiring company.